Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my 2014 NFL Draft Team Needs Analysis, and this video is for the Minnesota Vikings, who hold the number 8 pick in the first round. And, when you look at the needs for the Vikings, you have to consider they're moving into a new stadium, here in 2016. They'll play 2 seasons where the University of Minnesota plays their home games. They're going to want an identity and a face of the franchise here as they move into that new stadium. So I think you look at the quarterback position as the number 1 biggest need on the Vikings. Obviously, with the instability at the position, when you look at Christian Ponder, Matt Castle this year, even taking a risk on Josh Freeman, which is a move that becomes more perplexing by the day. They pay the guy $3 million, and I think he was only active for 1 game this season. So they need a quarterback, to put it mildly. That should be the main focus, in my opinion, of that organization this entire offseason, trying to see who they think fits their team the best, fits their new coaching staff the best, because they did fire Leslie Frazier. Quarterback, the number 1 need for the Minnesota Vikings franchise. Next, I would probably go to defensive end. I mean, when you lose a guy like a Jared Allen, I'm assuming Jared Allen's a free agent. They probably will not bring him back. He was a great Viking. I mean, I enjoyed watching him play, but I just don't see them bringing him back. You have, do they try to fill that need that becomes a serious need without Allen there? Do they try to fill it here in the draft? Do they try to fill it via free agency? Or do they think that the combination of Everson Griffin and Brian Robison is enough? That remains to be seen. What the new coaching staff and certainly what the GM Rick Spielman thinks as far as that goes. But you have Jared Allen moving on. That's a guy who played a lot of snaps. Was the emotional leader of that defense. So maybe that's a need you see them fill here through the draft as well. And also, you got to look at this team. Other than those 2 spots, this is a team that had 3 first-round picks last year. Spent 1 on Sharif Floyd, the defensive tackle, 1 on Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback out of Florida State, and the other on Cordero Patterson. So I don't see them making any moves here, in the middle of that defense, whether it be at linebacker or at the defensive tackle spot. I don't think their secondary, although they were very bad this year, is also very young. So does the new coach come in and say, look, I want to blow this thing up? Or is he basically told, look, we have these young guys we're invested in. We want to see what they can do for another year. To me, the new direction this new coach wants to take the team and how receptive the front office is to it is going to determine who they draft, when they draft, and what needs they fill during this draft. And a lot remains to be seen, but I think quarterback and defensive end are 2 needs they'll definitely fill. And if I was the team, I would go with another linebacker to go along with Chad Greenway, who signed a big contract. He's not going anywhere. Aaron Henderson, who actually had a good year this year and who will be on the 2nd year of a 2-year deal next year. I'd get another linebacker to sort of accompany them, maybe some young legs, an athletic linebacker to go there. But they could really go anywhere, in my opinion, maybe on the interior of the offensive line. You have those 2 good tackles there in Khalil and Lodholt. Do you try to get a top-flight guard maybe in the middle rounds? I know the guard position was one in the NFL draft where there was a lot taken early last year. Do we see a run on them again? So again, definitely needs to fill for the Vikings, considering they're 5-10-1. But not as many as you would think that are absolutely glaring, considering they have a lot of young pieces at a lot of positions. But definitely quarterback. It's got to be the focal point. Interested to see who they focus on. But let me know who you think the Vikings should be focusing on during this draft process, what positions they need to fill. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, guys. I'm doing these videos for all 32 teams. I'm also covering the draft wall-to-wall and the whole NFL offseason as well. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.